wabarakatuh. Here, let me introduce myself. My name is Faril Aditya Pratama. My ID cadet number is 1907093 and 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Before I tell you my speech, let me tell you a story in the historical roots we all know together. People died because of the bomb disruption, a pandemic with no great medic, starving and etc. But it has been yet different from today's condition. I'm so sorry, I really dare to speak this a lot, but I'm not sorry for your ignorance. But dear future generation, I'm sorry we live a mess of planet. We leave you undeniable pandemic with a great medic. People die because sugar. People die because obesity. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the rare phenomena of global world situation. Silly human civilization plus ignorance and greedy to consume every time over for stomach satisfaction. COVID-19 is a reminder for every single human of how they must live the life they live in. Let's tell you my speech entitled Pandemic Message of Hope. At the beginning year of 2020, the world is surprised by coronavirus disease, which is first identified at Wuhan, China. This virus is claimed to be a deadly virus that spreads to other people quickly. Based on the research in University of Texas, states that the transmission of coronavirus comes to pass less than in a week and affects for more than 10% patients without any symptoms and by the flow of time. COVID-19 affects wider areas which almost discover the countries around the globe. However, the coronavirus creates panic and consternation for every single one. This urgent situation makes COVID-19 declared as pandemic by the World Health Organization. Pandemic is a condition which occurs across international boundaries and affects a large number of people. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, WHO advised the public to stay safe by taking simple precautions such as physical distancing, wearing a mask, avoiding crowds, healthy lifestyle implementation, and etc. Those advices are committed to stop the spread of COVID-19. As a matter of fact, many people from each element of societies are affected by the COVID-19. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are starving. Some countries cannot afford to provide every and each necessary of their people. Meanwhile, students often feel depressed due to online learning at the same time. These are all examples for the impact of COVID-19 on the social environment. Factually, there are many more impacts of COVID-19 that I cannot mention one by one in my speech. But maybe its presence has often been felt by the affected people. Regrettably, when the government tries to discipline the public to comply with the health protocols, they are indifferent and ignoring it. Based on the data quoted from covid.go.id, only 58.32% Indonesians are wearing masks and 43.46% implements social distancing. Not only that, but also the media's both visual and social media reporting on the development of COVID-19 cases is considered only to exaggerate the case and scare the public society, whereas it is all purpose to remind the people about the danger use of COVID-19. Doctors and other medical officers are still struggling to cure people suffering from the COVID-19. We must support them by complying with health protocols and limiting physical activities outside the home. COVID-19 is not only the medical officer's responsibility, but it ours together in the pandemic situation, supporting each other in accordance with the provisions and recommendation is indeed important in order the pandemic ends quickly. Last but not least, pandemic is not over yet. The number of deaths and affected people may be increased in line with the increasing of COVID-19 cases. Let's keep on complying with health protocols and do not let COVID-19 take away our own happiness. We realize that pandemic still continues up to now. No one knows exactly when the pandemic will end, but one day it will. Still, there is so much hope to read during or after the pandemic. Thereby, let's treat today's pandemic as a new normal life. Maybe that's all what I can deliver to you all. I rest my case. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.